The Mixed Mornings and More podcast with Steph and Sean.
Now available daily.
Good morning, world.
Good morning. Happy Friday. It is April 21st, 5:30. Boomsies, another raise.
Friday.
Yeah, and I want to say it was a big morning. Big morning already.
Already? What happened?
Already. First time I saw the Northern Lights on my walk to work, and I want to say like 6 months, half a year.
That is a big morning.
Ooh.
I am jealous. What'd they look like?
It was a tiny, it was a tiny little green spurt. It wasn't anything major, but it was just still so cute.
Yeah, I was just saying, hi, Sean, giving you a wave, giving you a Friday moment.
Yeah, and it was right behind a street light. And so I tried to like run down to get the view behind the street light, and by the time I got there, it was dancing away and like fizzled out.
Wow, it was really just saying, hi, Sean, bye,
Yeah.
Sean. Like, have a good day, Sean, see ya.
Very quick, but it gave me that like spark to like just have a great day moving forward.
Hey, there we go. Hope everyone else does too. Got invited to a birthday party last night, and I had no idea who was on the guest list.
Oh yeah, just showing up blind. You knew who the birthday party was for, but you're just like, all right, let's have some fun.
Yeah, exactly. And my husband and I were speculating like all week long, like, are we going to be one of like two other couples? Are we going to be
So yeah, and you didn't have any mutuals going?
Not that I knew of.
Yeah.
Anybody I talked to didn't say, oh, I'm invited to that too.
It's not like you're going to bring it up either, right?
Yeah. Hey, did you get invited to this surprise birthday party?
You're just going to show up and hope for the best.
Yeah, exactly. So we got there, and you know, I think sometimes you can make a mistake of going too early. Mm-hmm. Because it was a surprise, we felt like we should be there early. But then also you have that awkward moment of like, where do you sit? Oh, hi, good to see you, acquaintance. I'm going to sit over here by myself and hope someone better comes along.
Yeah, it's kind of like the power move of setting the design of the table up very early.
And it's a power move I never want. I want to come in and be like, thank you so much for saving me a seat, friend I didn't know was coming. Or, you know, oh yeah, we'll perch here. And then if the night is bad, well, it's because we got stuck with this seat. But last night we get there early, and there was a couple other early birds, and turns out reservation was for like 25 people. So when we walk in all together, the early birds, it's like, what do you do?
Yeah.
Do you sit with the people who you just kind of know, or do you try and play the lottery and hope not to offend, but also hope to get someone better?
Yeah.
We ended up just sitting with the people we kind of knew.
Okay.
What a pleasant surprise.
Oh, that's awesome.
We had the most fun. I think our table was laughing the most. At the end, we were all like, we just had our own private dinner party, and I'd like to do it again.
I love it. It's like a competition with the rest of the 25 guests and be like, our group of four was better than your group of four.
Well, yeah. Looking around, I'm like, you know what? I wasn't sure if I should sit here, but this was the best choice.
Wow, humble brag. Invite Steph to your next dinner party, I guess. She makes it the best. The CRA is on strike right now. I want to say it's the largest strike in Canadian history. Over 150,000 employees walked out on the picket lines. I think the Treasury Board is involved as well. Whatever that means, Steph.
Sure.
Yeah.
You read the news. You know what's going on. You're the expert. News hound.
I do know what's going on. News hound over here. But I want to give a shout out to at least one person within the CRA, whoever was in charge of making sure people are getting paid for the climate action incentive within the CRA. Big shout out to you. I got an email this morning when I woke up, from the CRA, which I was surprised. I was like, I thought y'all were on strike right now. Who's working? Who's going against the labor board and doing some work?
Who's crossing the picket lines?
Maybe it was just an automatic thing. Maybe someone flipped a switch or checked a box saying, hey, make sure you send these emails out when I step out. Type of thing.
Maybe they asked ChatGPT to do it.
There we go. Whoever did it, big ups to you, because got an email saying, hey, your CAI or your climate action incentive payment has been deposited in your account. And when checked my bank account this morning, crisp $200+.
Wow, round of applause for that.
I think they should be on strike, because whoever did make that happen before they stepped out is clearly going above and beyond for their job, making sure I'm getting paid over here.
Give them a raise. My grandma and I are pen pals.
Cute.
I know. We've been sending letters to each other since July 2020.
Where does she reside? What province?
She is over in Ontario, in Sault Ste. Marie. And it actually happened that I saw a Facebook post about seniors holding up signs wanting letters and what they'd be interested in talking about. And I was like, oh my gosh, I should send a letter to one of these seniors.
Yeah,
and
I know
was
a senior.
Wait a
My
second.
own grandma.
Maybe I should send a letter to her. And so we've been pen pals ever since, which has been wonderful. But yesterday I got a text from my dad, and it was a picture of my latest letter from my grandma.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the heck? Like, the joy of having a pen pal is going to the mailbox and getting a surprise in it. And he said, Grandma was worried about the strike and that it perhaps would affect the postal workers and you wouldn't get your letter for a long time. And so she just wanted to make sure it got there. And I was like, okay.
So sincere.
I know. But I was like, I'm going to give it a week before I read this letter because I want to see if it does arrive in the mailbox and
Absolutely.
I can have that joy instead.
Yeah.
Because I kind of wish that he saved the letter for a week to text me like, oh, did you get the letter? No. Okay, I'll text you it. You know?
Did he attach a spoiler alert to the text or just straight up sent it?
Straight up sent it. Straight up, just like I was like, oh, pictures from what? No, stop.
Reality TV show Love is Blind is absolutely blowing up in stardom and fame right now. Just constant season after season. So many reunion shows, a live tour going around all over America. But Steph, what comes with all that fame is a little bit of backlash on maybe the negative parts that people don't see.
Yeah, because they are, they're filming for one straight month. They're big emotional decisions, choosing if they want to marry someone, and then just cameras all around. And if you're not used to that, I mean, who is? Mm-hmm. It would be pretty tough.
Mm-hmm. And people are starting to speak out, maybe against their NDAs. Who knows? Especially this past season with Jacquelina. And her just being like, I have all the receipts. I don't care if I get sued, all that stuff. And now past contestants are also being like, yeah, it was filled with trauma. And yeah, People Magazine did an article on interviewing random people within not only the production side, but some contestants as well. Just saying like they provide lots of alcohol, not a lot of water or food. You're hungry a lot. You're sleep deprived, 20-hour filming days.
Wow.
And it's just like a lot of trauma on all the people. And one of the people that just came out and is speaking on it from season 2, it's Danny and Nick. They got married for a little while, divorced now, but Danny had some stuff to say.
So looking back, I probably shouldn't have agreed to go on the show, and I really wish I was more educated and self-aware at the time, but I also did trust that the psychologist would not choose people that they did not deem mentally fit. And because of the premise of Love is Blind, I actually thought it was going to be different.
And she's referencing you have to do a psych evaluation before you go on the show. And she just revealed a lot of trauma that she's been through. And apparently it wasn't kept confidential with the psychologist. And the producers knew about it. And during interviews, whenever say they're in the pods, if the producers weren't getting the answer that they liked or the action that they liked, they would bring up those traumas in her past and be like, well, based on your past, how do you feel about it?
That takes a certain kind of person to be willing to do that. That really sucks.
Yeah.
That makes me sad.
Yeah. And it's just, you kind of get, now all the public is getting into the behind the scenes look at this. Another alleged rumor within the whole Love is Blind spectrum is the contracts that the contestants sign. There's a clause, if you leave the show, it's one of those where it's like you can be fined up to. Not saying you will be fined, but you can be fined up to $50,000 if you leave the show.
Which is $50,000 to any normal person that is in a production company is so much money. No matter what was happening to you, you probably wouldn't leave.
Yeah. Now, is it like one of those empty threats where it's like up to $50,000, but it's there and it's in front of you and you signed the contract? And so a couple people from the show from the past seasons were just saying that stuck in my head like the whole time I was trying to make a decision on if I actually love the person or not.
Yeah. And if you're, liquored up and not eating and then also anxiety of cameras all around you.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things happening to you. And then throw in a $50,000 fine. My goodness. I love this show, but this really, this is awful.
Yeah. So maybe they'll look in the mirror. Who knows? This is all alleged. This is all coming from one side. And so, there's one side, there's another side, and then in the middle type of thing. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, it's a little muddy right now.
We got some special guests in the studio today. Not only do we have a giant dog named Greb, we also have Sandy and Rocky here. Thanks for coming today.
Oh, you're welcome. Glad we're here. Glad to be here.
And so we got Winky Day coming up, right?
Yeah, June 4th, 7th annual.
7th annual Winky Day coming up. Now, what is Winky Day? What all goes down at Winky Day? We've heard about it. What happens?
Well, it all started with Winky, my first dog, riding and raising money for the SPCA, all but kind of by fluke. Winky passed away, and now we have Winky Day every year. It's actually, we get a proclamation from the mayor every year. It's actually officially Winky Day. We do a ride to Anzac, memorial ride. Then there's a day of events for pets and families at the SPCA, and there's 7th annual coming up, so.
Wow, I can't believe that it's been 7 years. That's amazing. And you have been doing, you were calling you and Rocky partners in good. You have been making such a difference for years and years. How much money have you raised so far for the SPCA?
At the SPCA, we're at $183,902 right now, and
Whoa.
Rocky has $2,200.
$2,200, I think.
And $5.
Whoa.
Extra 40.
An extra 40. Oh, so we're $2,245. $1,255 for Winky Day shirts going already. Donations for some from friends and
And I think
Rocky's
we have
family.
1,000. Something.
Hey, Rocky, how old are you?
How old am I? 8.5.
8.5 years old. Why do you want to do good? Why do you want to raise money for the dogs and the cats and the animals?
Because, well, I like dogs and cats.
I like dogs and cats.
And he's
too.
a
That's a
That's
great
very
answer.
he's kind of a good guy. Greb likes you.
And that's the true test, right? If the dog likes you, then you're probably a good guy.
Right on. And where can we find more information? Is Winky Day just posted on Facebook and
The
stuff?
SPCA will have some on Winky Rides / Greb Glides. That's our Facebook page and Instagram. What else is going on? We do a ride for cancer July 9th, be our 7th annual. We're just under 20,000 with the Alberta Cancer Foundation. Same thing. We do a ride to Anzac, and then I think we'll have something going on at the Harley shop this year.
Right on. Well, we'll look forward to it. Thank you so much for joining us in studio today. We'll definitely get a picture. We'll post it out there. And
Greg wanted to say hi too.
that's right. One last word he wanted to say. He's like, we're live on the air. Yes.
That mic in front of my face.
Tweet going viral at the start of the week about traveling on a plane. Your kids make a mess. Essentially, popcorn is spilling all over the floor. Whose job is it to clean it up? And just to break down the situation, a Blue Jays pitcher tweeted this out, and he's like, United Airlines, you suck. My wife is pregnant, 22 weeks. She's traveling with my 5-year-old and my 2-year-old. My 2-year-old spilled popcorn all over the floor, and you're going to make her get on her hands and knees and clean it up. Are you kidding me? And he wants, United to get mad at the flight attendant, essentially.
Interesting.
Do you have an opinion on either side of this, or...
Oh my goodness. I really despise picture tweets and calling out one employee of a giant company. It makes me sad.
Yeah.
And also I don't really have an opinion on it. I feel like there's probably a really easy broom with a dustpan that's on a stick that would take about 7 seconds to sweep up the popcorn.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I'm usually... It's well known. I'm anti-kid. I hate crying. I hate mess. I don't want kids. Sure, they're adorable and they're lovable, but I don't like cleaning up after myself. That's just my personality. That's just who I am. I don't want to clean up after a baby. But I will say, in the kids' defense, don't they have cleaning crews that clean this up at the end of the flight? Or I don't know. I don't know. That's just my assumption.
Okay, so I actually listened to a podcast about this on a show called Every Little Thing, and they talked about the dirtiest places on the plane and things like that.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, the plane arrives, you watch the people get off while you're waiting at the gate to board. They refill the plane, put the right luggage underneath it, and then the plane takes off again with you on it. There's really not that much time. And so basically, the flight attendants clean up and reset the plane.
Oh, geez.
And what they do is make sure all the tray tables are back in the right spot and there isn't any garbage in the holders.
Get rid of puke bags.
Yeah, exactly. And refill the puke bags and whatever, but they don't do the cleaning. So they say the dirtiest spot for a passenger on the plane is that tray table. You should bring your own disinfectant wipe to wipe that off. And it grossed me out because I always actually put the tray table down and sleep on it. I put my head down on that. So I was like, oh my gosh, the germs. But all that to say, there is not a cleaning crew that comes on. So we can kind of deduce that, all right, the flight attendant was like, I didn't bring my broom today, and now I have to get down on my hands and knees. However, I think a mom with 2 kids has her hands full enough. It's okay if that's part of your day.
Yeah.
But I'm not the person in that moment. I did used to work at a restaurant, and kids make messes. That's just the way it is. But you're prepared for them. And as a person who works at the restaurant, you're ready to clean it up. I did have a parent one time bring in a mat and put it underneath our high chair and then fold it up and take all of the spaghetti and everything spilled with her. But I was kind of like...
been through some things. Like, I know what's going to happen here.
Yeah, and I was appreciative of it, but also I felt like, it's okay. You came out and you're paying us for your food, but you're also paying for a clean seat, and I will clean it for you afterwards.
And then maybe, like, as a parent moving forward, just don't give something messy that can get everywhere for your 2-year-old. I don't know, just a suggestion. A chocolate bar. How about that? Not popcorn that flies everywhere.
Sure, that's a melty hand
At
mess.
least it's on the baby. It's not all over the floor.
Not on the floor, but now it's on that tray table. They don't have time to wipe, Sean.
Yeah, it's better.
Okay.
Easier.
Sure. Neither of us are parents. I felt like I was at a kid's birthday party last night.
Fun.
The people who were celebrating brought in a cake to the restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
And then like the waitress brought out plates and knives and everything and forks. And this cake was beautifully made, with icing that turns your teeth a different color.
Uh-oh. So it is kind of like a kid's party.
Exactly. And specifically, this cake was decorated with black kind of icing as the borders. And so everyone at this party was just smiling at each other and laughing, and we all had black teeth.
At least everyone was in on it. It wasn't just one person.
Yeah, the couple people who were like, oh, no cake for me, thank you, I'm very full from dinner, they had the last laugh for sure.
No kidding.
Not only did it like not add to their waistline, but also they didn't have to scrub too hard at the end of the night.
Yeah, you should have brought out like the party hats. It'd be like, if we have to eat the cake, you have to wear the hats, okay? That's just the repercussions.
There you go. We all have to look crazy. You look at this.
Yeah, you don't get away with it.
Want more of today's show?
Download the Mixed Mornings and More podcast.
Now available every weekday.